Hi there. This is another thought for the day, and this one comes from one of my favorite books, The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And this is titled, Do You Want to Leave? And there's a little subheading. Walls are worn away one grain at a time, and hearts are opened one feeling at a time. Susan and I were sitting in an ice cream parlor when the two couples next to us began to get loud. They were just having a good time, but I was feeling inward and intruded on. I felt the need to go. I leaned over to Susan and asked if she wanted to leave. She, in her contentment, said, "No, I'm happy here." And then, seeing consternation on my face, she asked, "Do you want to go?" In that simple moment, in a booth in an ice cream parlor, I realized that for much of my 49 years, I had tried to take care of my needs by indirectly projecting them on those around me and then acting as if I am taking care of the other person. As the ice cream was melting, I understood myself. I laughed, shook my head, felt embarrassed, and then sighed deeply, and importantly voiced the obvious. Yes, I'd like to leave. This indirect way of trying to get what I need by planting my feelings as needs to be attended to and those around me has been a way to hide my vulnerability while still managing to appear as a kind, other-centered person. I realize I am not alone in this malady. It is often so subtle and so close to our healthy way of relating to others that we seldom realize the manipulation and deceit involved. Of course, this indirectness lives in us because somewhere along the way we became convinced, often with good, harsh reason, that to voice directly what we need is asking to be hurt. Yet I know of no other way to reverse this hiding of who we are than to catch ourselves humbly in each instance and to rise out of our private cave, admitting the indirectness and saying what we feel and what we need as soon as possible. Still, the energy wasted in trying to quietly get others to behave in ways that will satisfy our needs remains a major source of anxiety and alienation. Rather than prevent us from being hurt, indirectness and dishonesty only heighten our isolation from what it means to be alive. Underneath it all is the fundamental truth that as trees have leaves that get nicked and eaten, human beings have feelings that are just as worn by the act of living. We have a right to these. They are evidence of our human seasons. So, as you go through the day today, recall the last time you asked somebody to do something rather than express what you wanted directly. Did you try to project it onto someone else? What prevented you from expressing your needs directly? What were you afraid of? I have a friend who says, it's just a conversation. The worst they can say is no. So imagine what you would have said if you had lived that situation more directly. Imagine what you would have felt if you had lived that situation more directly. Now practice expressing yourself directly by replaying that situation out loud, even though you're by yourself. Just practice it in your mind. The same way an Olympic gymnast or runner or swimmer practices perfection in their mind. and then goes out and is perfection. Enter the day with the decision to feel the ease of living directly and make a great day.